All right, it's time to talk about radio. Today is World Radio Day. It's really interesting, I must say. It's being commemorated world over. 13th of February every year set aside. Since its invention more than 100 years ago, radio has sparked new conversations and broadcast new ideas into people's homes, villages, universities, hospitals, and workplaces.
It's such a dynamic nature that radio has, as it remains the communication tool with the widest audience reach and powerful tool of communication. Radio is also the most reactive and engaging medium there is, adapting to 21st century changes, yet offering new ways to interact and participate.
On this World Radio Day, we recognize the power of radio to promote dialogue, tolerance, and peace, which is the theme for this year. Now, joining us from our Abuja studio is a veteran radio broadcaster, Jones Usen. Good morning, Jones. It's good to have you join us right now. And let me say happy World Radio Day.
I wish, Mike, you were on radio this morning. I wish you were on radio this morning.
It's really interesting. Now, you are one of those who has done a lot of radio and encouraged radio, brought radio to that amiable stance for Nigerians and all of that. Now, if you have to look at the evolution of the radio or radio broadcasting, how has it changed? How much of it has changed over the years and over the decades that you have seen?
Okay, Mike, let's start like this. Radio is regarded as the blind medium, the magic medium. It remains so. Regardless of the pretenses of science, modern science, I hear that science is trying to make radio visible now. It's no longer a blind medium, but then radio is a personal medium, intimate medium, you and the listener. So when the broadcaster says, welcome, I greet you, or welcome to my show, he's not talking to a global you, he's talking to a singular you, And each time you activate the microphone, the broadcaster is beaming to one large public. Inside of that large public, you have other smaller publics, the literate, the uninformed, the underinformed, the misinformed, the disinformed. And so you talk about the evolution. Yes, science is making the thing even more magical. You can do many things. The telephone has come in to fill a void, if you see what I mean. But I have a problem with that. If you were on air and you triggered the telephone and no calls came in, what would you do? This is where the broadcaster, who is the man behind the mic, comes into sharp focus. As a broadcaster, you must have this. You have a gift of the gab. You can hold down a conversation. So even if the telephone is not there, radio is on. So yeah, it changes and so on. But I have problems, Mike, with ownership, which is perhaps in the 21st century, maybe Nigeria, I should say. In 21st century Nigeria, ownership of the medium is becoming a big problem. You understand?
How so? How so? Let's talk more. Let's delve deeper into the challenges for radio now.
Yeah, Kemi, I understand you. The owner of the radio station will want to fashion the,
content.
What do you call it now? Yeah, content. And there's what you call a so-called house style. This is the style of this house. So if the owner is of a party A, the thrust would be promoting party A and not, provide a level playing field. But thankfully, I work presently at a radio station. Nobody asks me, do this, don't do that. Of course, the rest is left to the judgment of the broadcaster, But, mental laziness is also another palaver with the medium. Broadcasters of the 21st century don't write anything down. You believe you have a, you speak off the cuff, but it is not so. There's much more to it. So, Kemi, ownership and house style.
Right.
They are the problems you have for the moment.
All right, Jones.
You would have ordinarily thought, yeah, sorry, Mike,
yes.
That's the trouble with the radio man. we talk more than you people on TV.
All right, now let's understand. What would you say?
Mike.
What would you say is the biggest impact?
Mike, you are going to say?
Yes, I'm asking. What would you say is the greatest impact of radio on the society, especially in a country like Nigeria, where we have a lot of complexities?
Can I get to?
All right, I'm asking that what would you say is the greatest impact of radio in a country like Nigeria with its social complexities in the country?
Okay, a lot, as I said a while back, depends on the broadcaster, That's why recruitment into a radio station is key. I hope I got you right, because I'm fighting to hear you talk about the wonders of science here from the Abuja end. You want to recruit for your radio station, go for the best. If you are the owner of a radio station, must your son or daughter work there? Yeah, even if he or she must she or he be at the microphone? That you sift the wheat from the chaff. You couldn't put everybody on air, because radio is a lot more than just talking as I'm doing now. It depends on what you're talking about and so on. So a lot still has to be done. Mike, let me digress and tell you something like this.
Okay.
The NBC is regulating broadcasting in this country. I have a lot of problem with that. What do I mean? The NBA, the Nigerian Bar Association, regulates the legal profession, NMA,
right,
the medical profession. There's nobody to regulate broadcasting in this country. It shouldn't be the NBC, but don't go to court over that. These are some of the things we must look at. It appears, you get the impression radio has no ethics, but it does have, Mike.
Jones was saying we can sit at your feet to get to all the highs and lows of the broadcasting industry.
Take this before I forget. The World Radio Day for 29 has this instructive theme: accentuate dialogue, tolerance, and peace. Radio can do all that. It depends on the man behind the mic.
And it's an election season after all. It's an election season after all.
So the theme is very timely.
So at a season like this, you need people who will stay on the fence. Staying on the fence is not an easy thing to do, I must confess.
Okay.
You are swayed this way, that way, but you hold on. And who says I don't have an interest? As I sit here, if I was going to cast a vote, I have somebody I have to cast my vote for. But must I display it on air? No,
exactly. Sir. All right, Jones, we have to leave you here now. So much to talk about the radio, but time will not permit us to do all of that now. But we must thank you for the great job you're doing to molding even young broadcasters in Nigeria.
We'll wait for his book.
Oh, yeah, we'll wait for your book, we'll wait for your documentary.
You folks move over to radio. Move over to radio right away.
We'll wait for your book, we were saying. Take care. Happy World Radio Day, Johnson said there.